Here we go with June 2014. The first question, nice simple one, it's just a straight, give us the definition of velocity. So that is the rate of change of displacement. And now on to B, part I. It's going to ask us, it gives us some information. The mass of an ostrich is 130 kilograms. It can run at a maximum speed of 70 kilometers per hour, and calculate the maximum kinetic energy of the ostrich when it's running. And if we look down here, this is 3 marks, and it wants the answer in joules. So why so many marks? Well, it's because we've got to convert these kilometers per hour into meters per second. So let's get on with that. First thing we're going to say is that the kinetic energy is equal to a half mv squared, where we need to put the v in as being in meters per second. So if we just do that, let's do that here. Ek is going to equal a half multiplied by the mass, that's 130, multiplied by the velocity squared, and if it's going 70 kilometers per hour, that's 70,000 meters, and if we divide that by the number of seconds in an hour, 3,600, that will do that. And if we square that, that's all looking good, and if we put that into our calculators, we come out with an answer of being 2.5 times 10 to the 4 joules. And on to B part 2. Scientists have recently found fossils of a prehistoric bird known as Mononicus. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Figure 1.1 shows what Mononicus would have looked like. And according to a student, the Mononicus looks similar to a modern-day ostrich. The length, height and width of the Mononicus, all half of that of an ostrich. Estimate the mass of a Mononicus and explain your reasoning. Okay, well, if the length, height and width are all half of that of an ostrich, that would mean that the total volume of our Mononicus is going to be a half times a half times a half, which is equal to 1/8 of the volume of a Mononicus. Therefore, I would expect the mass to be 1/8 of the mass of an ostrich. And in the previous question, if we go back there, it tells us that an ostrich is 130 kilograms. So let's use that bit of information. So let's go, let's get to a pen. 130 divided by 8, and that will give me 16 kilograms. And the reasoning and my assumption is that the density is the same. And that is question 1 completed.